Just started an unnecessary argument with my husband. Why did you do that? Were you bored? Were you projecting guilt? Do you even like your husband? Completely forgot I need to borrow money from him tonight.
Okay, here's what you need to know about women is that deep down in their heart of hearts, women are terrified by how powerless they are. They are the physically weaker gender. They do not have the same innate masculine drive that men do to build, create, lead, explore. Biologically and historically, women have played a more supportive role, but that can be frightening to feel so powerless. And so women are constantly scanning their lives for some evidence that they have control over their own circumstances. They want to know that they do have some power, and typically the evidence they're searching for is their ability to impact a man. Women view men as inherently powerful. They see men as the strong ones, the builders, the creators. And so the feminine psyche thinks like this: man is exerting power over reality, so if I, a woman, exert some power over a man, that is proof that I can indirectly have some control over reality. That is a huge oversimplification and generalization. There are a million caveats and exceptions, but the basic principle here is that men work on life and women work on men. Now, for some women, it looks like this.
The 3 rules that I always follow as a girlfriend is always make sure that he's empty, never talk back, and make sure the house is completely clean before he gets home. And I have a happy life. It's that simple.
Many women make themselves feel powerful by seeing how they can impact a man in a positive way, making him happy and content, whether they are a submissive trad wife or a genuinely supportive egalitarian partner in a more modern arrangement. It is a trait of a high-quality woman if she feels powerful when she is improving a man's life. A low-quality woman is the exact opposite. She feels powerful based on how miserable she can make a man. That's why she starts arguments. That's why she insults him, gaslights him, criticizes, nags. Seeing the man in distress and knowing that she was powerful enough to cause that is what makes her feel in control. I have made his life so difficult. Look how much power I have. It's when she feels irrelevant to her man's mood, that's when she starts to panic. The feeling of powerlessness overwhelms her. When she feels like she makes no impact on the man, that's when she feels terrified. But it is also why the best revenge that you can take on a woman who has wronged you is to not get all angry and stoop down to her level. That's just demonstrating how much power she has over you. No, the best response is to ignore her, to focus on yourself and just be happy. Nothing infuriates those types of women more than seeing a man do his own thing, be happy without her. That's not what she wants. She wanted his enjoyment of life to be dependent on her. Otherwise, she feels powerless and out of control. But there are a couple of other key reasons why a man's happiness can infuriate a woman, and I'm going to explain them. But first, I want to remind everyone that our brains are hardwired to achieve maximum results for minimum effort. Unfortunately, most good things in life require a lot of money, time, and hassle to acquire. But lucky for you, youthful, healthy skin is an exception, thanks to my friends at Tiege Hanley. These guys have made it their mission to deliver high-quality skincare products at an affordable price, with a skincare system that is easy to implement as part of your daily routine. I recommend starting with their level 1 system. It comes with all of the essentials: the AM cream, the PM cream, the facial scrub, and the daily moisturizer. Just follow their instructions, which will tell you how much of which cream to apply and at what time of the day. People love these products. There's a reason they have over 16,000 5-star reviews. And they are so customer friendly. If you live inside the United States, they will deliver directly to your door for free. And since Tiege Hanley is a sponsor of my channel, they're offering my audience an incredible deal. Just click on my personal link and you're going to get 40% off your first box. Plus, if you become a member, 20% off for life. And on top of that, a free gift valued at $20. One of the gifts that you can choose from is this body scrubber. This is the ultimate grooming tool to effortlessly exfoliate your skin. And again, it's completely free with your first order. You can find Tiege Hanley in hundreds of stores across the US. But if you want the best offer, then use my unique link in the description box. Okay, what are the other reasons why a man's independent happiness would infuriate a woman? Well, one reason is because by contrast, it highlights her own unhappiness. If you, as a man, man are able to be content in yourself, to take pleasure in your own company, to generate your own happiness, then by comparison it makes her look weak and vulnerable because she is desperately reliant upon you for her positive emotions. And it also offends the core belief that so many women seem to have that men, by default, have no right to their own happiness. Men exist to serve women. And so to focus on themselves, that's a mortal sin.
Apparently, there are a lot of men out there that are just done with being used, that all they're doing is working, chilling, and maybe ignoring people. It's kind of messed up.
Men just doing their own thing. That's kind of messed up. See, a lot of guys don't understand why that would upset women so much. I'm just over here minding my own business, just doing my hobbies, spending time with my own friends, living my life, being happy. What's the issue? The issue is that you are breaking the unspoken cultural agreement that a man's life is justified only by how much he is helping women. If that contract breaks down and men start living for themselves instead of serving the feminine, that's a nightmare scenario for these women. But you don't see much of that fear right now. Instead, you've got many women who act smug and cocky. They feel safe at the moment, but that's because they feel like they've got men wrapped around their little finger. They have successfully beaten men into servitude. The proof of this are the millions of men who genuinely, sincerely believe that their purpose in life is to make women comfortable. But if men ever break free from that mental slavery, then it would leave women vulnerable. They would come face to face with their own internal feelings of powerlessness, and that would terrify them. And this is why women require sacrifice after sacrifice. Proof that the man in her life knows that it is his role to serve her, that he has no intention of living for his own happiness. She needs those sacrifices so that she can feel safe.
What's the lowest amount of money a man should spend on a wedding ring for you guys?
500 grand, okay? We need a rock on this finger. A rock, you hear that? I don't care if you're broke as take your mama's life savings, take your life savings, take your grandma's life savings, and get me a rock.
There is no price limit. Whatever the I pick out, you're buying.
Period.
It seems crazy to think about, but genuinely, there are lots of women out there who feel like it is a personal slight against them when their boyfriend or husband spends time with his own friends, spends money on himself. She feels insulted if he is happy without her because she does not view him as a human being in his own right, but just as an extension of herself. And this explains why so many women are vicious about their ex-boyfriends. How dare he find happiness without me? Know this, that if you've been in a nasty breakup with a woman, the very best revenge that you can take is just to be happy, to just move on. Find happiness by yourself or with another woman. She wants you to be miserable without her so that you're begging for her to come back because that makes her feel powerful. To see you move on, to not need her, that makes her feel extremely insecure. She begins to think, maybe this was my fault. Maybe I'm the issue. Maybe I'm flawed and weak and have no control over my circumstances. But of course, that thought is deep down. She is rarely consciously aware of it. On the surface, you don't see the fear, you just see the hatred and the vitriol. The man that she supposedly loved and cared for while they were in a relationship, as soon as he moves on and he no longer wants her, he is transformed into the most evil and terrible person in the entire world. It is so rare for a woman to say, we broke up, but he is an amazing guy. I just wasn't able to make him happy. But I am so pleased for him. I'm glad that he's moved on. I'm glad that he's found his own happiness. That is not what you typically hear from women. Watch these interviews and compare how men and women talk so differently about their exes.
If you could say one thing to your ex, what would it be?
Fuck you. I know you were talking to her while we were still together. I know that was too soon after we broke up. Fuck you.
I hope you're doing all right, you know? I'm doing all right. I hope you're doing okay.
You're an immature piece of shit, and your mom is even worse than you are, and you have a lot of growing up to do, and don't cheat on girls. It's not nice.
I hope you get shot in the Navy.
Go fuck yourself.
I wouldn't be mean or disrespectful to her. I'll just be like, how you doing, you know? Yeah. I'm not gonna be no disrespectful, rude-ass man, you know?
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
The time that I told you that I was lying about faking it every time, I was lying. And your dick is so small.
I appreciate you. Thank you for everything. I mean, it sucks that it didn't work out, you know. We were at two different points in our life. I mean, that's just what it comes down to.
I hope you still think about eating my ass when you're with those new girlies.
Fuck you, have fun pissing in your bed.
I'd say hello. I hope you are doing well, and I hope your family's doing well, and I'm happy for whatever's going your way.
Suck a dick, bitch.
I really, really want you guys to understand why women feel like they have been personally betrayed. I really want you guys to understand what is the source of women's hate in these circumstances. Why does she feel so personally attacked and aggrieved? Having the man under her control was her link to reality, to feeling powerful, and he took that away from her. He's fine. He's a man. He's able to shape his circumstances however he wants because he's powerful, but she is abandoned to the chaos of life and she's feeling out of control, and that is unforgivable that he left her in that situation. And so there is no wishes of goodwill from her. She hates him. And in case you think that these street interviews are too anecdotal, they lack hard data, then let's have a look at some research. From Psychology Today, who views their ex-partners more positively, men or women? In 3 separate studies, they surveyed a total of over 800 participants, asking them about their attitudes towards their ex. The participants rated a series of statements about their ex. My ex-partner has many positive traits. I avoid touching my ex-partner. When I think about my ex-partner, I get angry. The researchers used these ratings to arrive at an average score representing how positively people felt towards their ex-partners. All 3 studies showed that, on average, men had more positive views of their exes than women did. It comes down to this. I am a woman, he is a man, so he should not find happiness without me. Which is why I said, if a woman has wronged you and you want to take revenge, just be happy. That's gonna get back at her way worse than anything else you're imagining. Move on, be happy, enjoy life. She will hate you for it. Now, I know a portion of my audience wants more depth. They want to take this theory and know how to apply it practically. You can probably track inside your own relationship that occasionally your wife or girlfriend makes herself feel powerful by improving your life, by contributing towards it. But there are also times when she finds that sense of power by criticizing you, by putting you down. So the question becomes, how do you redirect her away from the negative source of feeling powerful towards the more positive expression? This is an absolutely essential relationship skill, and it's what I'm going to talk about for the rest of this video. If you'd like to keep watching, then come on over to Patreon. What I post here on YouTube, these are just the shortened abridged versions of my videos. The full-length versions are available on Patreon. Typically, the formula is that on YouTube, it's quite negative, it's quite theory-based, but for that portion of my audience who wants to understand this in depth and know how to practically implement these theories to improve their relationships, that stuff is covered on Patreon. I hope you'll come and join me.